Adam, are you okay? Keep everyone quiet, Adam. It's not
We're
quiet
live,
at my house.
Angie. We're live.
Hello. Thank you for joining us. Trying to get the house quiet when we've got kids studying at home, e-learning, and husbands also working at home. So today's dilemmas, if you will. We have some exciting news to share with everyone. Over the last couple of months, we've looked into opportunities to really rebrand our agency so that we can better serve our clients by providing them more engaging content, as well as a website that offers more tools and technology to assist you with your travel needs. My name is Angie Rice, and I'm here with Janet Semenova, and we're the co-founders of Boutique Travel Advisors, and we welcome you. Thank you for joining us. If you're joining for the first time, welcome. And those that have been joining us weekly, we appreciate it, and thank you for inspiring the group.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much. We really look forward to getting to know all the members in this group and appreciate all of your guys' likes and comments. Please feel free to drop us any questions in the group. We'll do our very best to answer them. And we really are very excited because we made an announcement in the group as a post recently that we have a new hotel booking engine, but it's actually been this labor of love for many months now where we've gone and revamped our whole website and really wanted to create a more engaging experience and also provide lots of great resources for all of you guys, whether you are booking small trips or momentous life occasion trips, whether you're doing quick weekend getaways or, you know, the trip of a lifetime with your entire family. So I'm going to pull it up on our screen just to give you guys a better look. So our website is www.travelbta.com, and this is our homepage. And really the whole goal of this website is kind of the same as our group. We want to inspire you. We want to make this as engaging and exciting as possible and really help you get to know us so that we can get to know you better as well. So this is just kind of going through the homepage on our site. And I do want to give you guys a little tour of this website so that you can, good morning, so that you can understand kind of how to use it and what you can find on it. On the bottom, towards the bottom of our homepage, we have latest posts and stories. And we've been working with a really amazing team from around the world to help put together really great guides, inspirational stories, ideas, lists of our top hotels and properties that we really love that we want to share with you. And we've been putting them into these posts. So for example, how to plan the perfect girls getaway and not break the bank or risk safety is a great guide if you're looking to plan a little girls trip. Best luxury hotels in Hawaii for relaxation, adventure, and fun. This is just a compilation of some of our favorite properties. How to plan an Alaskan land adventure, top sites and experiences. Again, because cruises have not been sailing for the past year and looks like they may not sail again this summer, Alaska has become a super popular destination for land travel. And because land travel hasn't been quite as common, we wanted to put together a guide, you know, to help you kind of understand how to do a land itinerary. And I'm just going to click on some of these so you guys can just see how these work if you haven't checked them out before. So this is our Alaskan land article, and you can see it's really just, there's quite a bit of text, but it's also really engaging with inspiring pictures and has some great information on places you can visit. And of course, we want to make this as fun and friendly as possible. So just some activities that you can do in Alaska. And again, if you guys have ideas or things that you really want us to talk about, please feel free to comment or reach out to us and we'll do our best to work with the team to put things together for you. And Angie and I also want to talk about some travel trends that we're seeing in the industry. Do you want to talk about some of those, Ange?
Sure. I think it's important that when we plan travel, it's not just the destination we choose. It's really important to recognize who we're traveling with and how we can plan a trip in the amount of time that we have to travel. If our travels are shorter versus a more extensive trip like 7 to 14 days, what you can accomplish in an itinerary that's 7 to 14 days is much different than what you can accomplish in a 4 to 5 day itinerary. So we really want to give you inspiration content on our website to really help explore different destinations and to get you thinking who would be the right travelers for that destination. So certainly some destinations are more widely available right now for travelers than others. So when you choose a destination, you're looking at what's available. And not only is it based on what's available, it's how are you going to get there? And once you get there, what is going to be the best possible experience for you? And places like Costa Rica, places even in the West Coast, US continental states, there's some great opportunities to travel more authentically. Hawaii, of course, is more open now. I mean, there are restrictions, but it's definitely open for travel. And again, Janet mentioned Alaska. We pointed to our blog in Alaska. And Alaska is a great opportunity to travel by land right now because you're not going to have as many cruisers getting off the port, so there's going to be less congestion. But because of the demand for land, certainly things are filling up very, very quickly. So if Alaska's on your agenda for summer 2021, now's the time to really secure it because we're already seeing availability become sold out.
And we want to, for those of you who haven't worked with us before, kind of help you get to know us a little bit better. Obviously, we post and talk all the time with different suppliers, but, you know, especially post-pandemic, sometimes people will ask us like, well, what's really the benefit of working with a travel advisor? What can I get working with a travel advisor that I can't get by maybe booking myself or doing my own online research? And I am kind of a research nerd. I love to research. And so even before I had this travel company with Angie, I did tons and tons of research into my own travel. And the more I've gotten to know the process of how we book travel and who we work with, the more I can appreciate all of the things I didn't know before when I was kind of doing my own research and booking travel on my own. And so what we do when we put together itineraries is we work with destination experts from around the world. So our team is our team in the US. That's Angie and myself and Bree and Kathy and Kim, and of course our behind the scenes teams. But we also have teams around the world in almost every destination in the world that we work with really closely to put together really unique and amazing experiences. So if, for example, you want to plan a destination wedding in Italy, well, that can be a little bit challenging. So we work with an on-site destination specialist that's in Italy that can personally go and visit and vet the hotels and vet the reception halls, and we work together really as a team. So we love our destination experts and we really appreciate what they have to offer, and it allows us to elevate the experience for all of our travelers, because when it's just us curating your trip, yes, we have a wealth of knowledge, but really our wealth of knowledge is elevated so much by all of our amazing partners around the world.
And really the partnership that we share between our clients and our suppliers is the fact that we have the repeat knowledge of what really works for you and your family when you travel, and the interests that are most important to you, as well as the preferences and needs for accommodations, meals, style of travel, whether or not you prefer a red eye versus an early flight. Those little details and the information that we can provide our suppliers about you and who you are as a traveler really helps them to provide the recommendations for different activities that, regardless of the destination, you may not realize are prevalent and exist in that particular location. We always approach working with our suppliers based on who the client is, and truly finding very unique and authentic opportunities for them to experience travel more authentically, as well as in a more engaging fashion.
And we're also able to VIP our clients. There's a good saying that goes, you can't VIP yourself. And it's really hard, no matter how much of a special occasion trip it is. It's really hard to reach out to a hotel and say, I'm a really important person and I'd really like you to roll out the red carpet for me when I come. Of course, luxury hotels will do everything in their power to make you feel special, but it's something else entirely when your travel advisor who works with these properties time and time again and has really close relationships with the management reaches out and says, hey, I have this client and they're celebrating a really special anniversary. What can we do to make their stay extra special? And most of the time, these destination management companies and our hotel partners and our cruise partners will really go the extra mile because we have that working relationship with them. And so they do go a little bit above and beyond for our clients because we ask them to on your behalf behind the scenes.
Well, let's elaborate on that, Janet. Like, it's not just this notion of it being difficult to VIP yourself. Who wants to? I mean, if it's my birthday, I don't want to be calling the hotel and saying, hey, it's my birthday. Will you, create this special amenity in my room in celebration? Or can you have the crew come and sing happy birthday at our table? It's just more, the element of surprise and suspense is so much more exciting than trying to create those experiences for yourself. And I think as a traveler, the industry understands that the likelihood that you are going to come back to a place like Bhutan, or you're going to travel to New Zealand on a annual basis is probably not likely. Versus when you work with the travel advisors, we tend to work with a lot of the same properties or tour operators where they know that we are going to send them repeat business. Some of our suppliers are working on a dozen itineraries for different types of clients. And so those relationships are so much more meaningful for our suppliers because we are bringing them substantially greater amounts of business than one traveler at a time. And that's where they're going to more than likely offer opportunities for upgrade to someone that really brings them a volume of business, repeat business, and also ideal clients. When somebody books online, the hotel doesn't necessarily know the demographics of that client and how much they're going to spend on property because they're in business. So they want to attract the right type of clients. And so when they have a client that comes to them via travel advisors, they tend to have find more ideal clients that way versus people who are necessarily looking for self-booking and trying to, piecemeal an itinerary for a special occasion.
And we love putting together really custom itineraries. And again, because there's so many nuances in travel that even if you've been to a destination many, many times, and I've been to Italy, I don't know, probably half a dozen to a dozen times, every time I go to Italy, I still work with our destination suppliers to come up with new experiences because you don't know what you don't know. And so there are really unique things that you can incorporate into your itinerary, whether you're traveling with a family or a big group or friends or a special occasion that you may not have ever even thought of that are really, really special. For example, taking a hot air balloon ride over in the vineyards in South Africa, or, taking a hot air balloon ride over the deserts in the UAE, or going truffle hunting in Tuscany in October with the dogs that, scent and dig for the truffles and the kids can participate. All of these really cool experiences are things that are not kind of on the beaten regular tourist path. And so if you're planning a trip for yourself and your family, of course, you can have an amazing time. You literally can show up to Paris and walk around and it will be a memorable experience because Paris is Paris and it's always magnificent. But that trip can be elevated when you add these extra little elements. For example, yes, you can go and visit Versailles, but what if we did a Versailles trip where, the kids get to cycle through the gardens and there's a treasure hunt with, clues for the kids to find and recreate scenes from the from the era when the kings and queens lived in the Palace of Versailles. And just other really fun, cool activities, painting classes in Tuscany with kids where they can paint the landscapes and then also talk about the Renaissance and the great artists of the Renaissance. Things like that add an extra layer to your travels. And they're hard to come up with on your own because it's really hard to know where to find that painting class in Tuscany with the right artist who can teach the kids and speak English and make it fun and engaging. And that's really what we do really well and what our suppliers do really well. So I want to pull up our hotel booking engine, which we're really excited about, and kind of maybe have Angie go through how it works. And for those of you guys that want to just book a simple hotel but want to still have those and maybe don't even feel like you need to reach out to us directly because you know where you want to go, where you want to stay. Maybe it's a short weekend getaway to California or a week trip to Hawaii where really you just want to relax at the hotel, but you still want to get that extra little bit of VIP service and those benefits. Our hotel booking engine is really fantastic for that. So I'm going to pull it up and have Ange go over it.
So we have partnerships across the globe. We have over 1,000 hotel partners, and we work closely with these partners. We meet with them at conferences and events. We participate in webinars. We have an intranet where we can communicate directly with a multitude of contacts at the property. So if we're looking to talk to the GM, or we're looking to talk to their VIP concierge manager, or we're looking to book dinner reservations on or off property, we have a contact list for those hotels based on the services that we're needing for our clients. And so we're able to dial in pretty quickly as to who we need to talk to in order to make something happen at a hotel. And these properties are vetted. They're vetted by other travel advisors. They're vetted by clients, shared amongst our affiliated arrangement with Signature Travel Network. And we have contracts that allow for special amenities. And these amenities have significant value. And oftentimes the value of these amenities make a rate differential, or if in a case the rate being the same, much more advantageous for our clients. And I think it's what really helps us in terms of matching the right hotel for our clients is the experience that we have from past travelers who have visited different hotels. And the fact that when you go to our booking engine, you also know that we have familiarity with these properties, and these are properties that are vetted. So if you're looking to go to Paris and you want to look at our hotel partners in Paris, you will know that these are vetted hotels and that we have direct contact with the personnel at the hotel. And when you book on our hotel engine, we are still part of the process in ensuring that you have a wonderful experience at the property. We are notified, obviously, when you book on our hotel. So we know to connect separately so we can still allow for those added touches with the hotel to let them know that a BTA client will be traveling soon to their properties. And we occasionally will also feature some of our hotels, and it's always our goal when we're traveling to travel to our partnership hotels so that we have the firsthand knowledge of traveling to these properties as well. So Janet, maybe we can show some of our favorite hotels that we have featured on the site currently.
Sure, we have some hotel spotlights, and these are just properties that we really like in different destinations. Of course, it's not inclusive because there's hundreds of properties that we love, but these are just some of our favorites. The Grand Hotel Trimezzo in Italy, Hotel 41 in London is a fabulous property right in the city. It's truly this like boutique, amazing little hotel and really one of the best locations in London. The Myconian Utopia is a fabulous property in Mykonos, Greece, where they really roll out the red carpet. The service is fantastic. The food is absolutely incredible. And then, of course, being Mykonos, Greece, the views and the scenery of the island are just magical. So these are some of our little favorite properties here. And you can see that we, kind of talk about it. And you can also see the special amenities that you get if you book with us. And I know it's a little bit hard to see, so I'll try to just zoom in. But you could see, for example, here at the Grand Hotel Trimezzo, these are the properties that you're going to get automatically even if you book it online or if you book it through us. So at the Grand Hotel Tramezzo, for example, you're going to get dinner at La Scala, Trattorian Wine Bar, as long as you stay 2 nights. And then you're also going to get upgrades and early check-in and late checkout whenever they're available. And if you stay in a suite or a villa, which we of course highly recommend because they're magnificent, you get an extra $100 spa credit. So these are just little extras that we provide our clients as a way of saying thank you, and that the hotels extend to our guests, again, as a way of saying thank you for booking through us. And we love this amenity program. And again, it's still very high touch. So we are working behind the scenes. If there's any issues at all that come up, you can reach out to us directly, and you always have an advocate behind the scenes working to ensure that your stay is absolutely fantastic.
It's really a small community in the travel industry, and it doesn't take very long. These are examples of properties that, for the most of them, with the exception of resorts at Pause Up, we've actually stayed at these properties. And I'm in the process of planning my girls trip. I leave in 2 days for the Montage Palmetto Bluff, so I can't wait to share that experience with everyone. But we actually know people at these properties on a first-time basis. We connect with them frequently, and we build a community pretty quickly. So yes, 1,000 hotels seems like a lot, but we probably can think of names at over 50% of these properties. It doesn't take very long to really build those relationships over time. So I think that it's really, as a traveler, you might not realize what a small world it is in the travel industry.
And also the thing is, when you go on I don't know, Expedia or hotels.com or Orbitz, and you put in 5-star hotel Paris, you're going to get a list of a gajillion hotels. And even myself now, when I go on just to kind of check things out or compare or do background research, I feel overwhelmed. And I've been to Paris so many times. I know the city really well. I know my favorite properties. I know the landmarks. I know all of the little neighborhoods. But when I see this list of 100 hotels, all of them calling themselves 5-star, most of them having relatively good reviews, I feel overwhelmed. And so I know for travelers, it's this overwhelming experience. And you can say, oh, I see a 5-star hotel for $200. Why am I also seeing a 5-star hotel for $1,000? Well, a hotel can call themselves a 5-star. That doesn't necessarily mean all 5 stars are created equal. It doesn't mean that 5-star property is truly what you would consider a 5-star. It doesn't mean it's in the best neighborhood. It doesn't mean, because sometimes you walk a block and it's really not an area you really want to be in. But you don't know that because you don't know what you don't know unless you live in the city or have been there many, many, many times. And so these properties that we use are highly, highly curated. And so you don't see 1,000 hotels in each city. You see a selection of the finest hotels that we provide, and sometimes they're at different price points. So they're not all 5-star. Some of them are 4-star. Some of them might be a tiny bit off the beaten path, but they're all in safe locations. They're all clean. They're all really wonderfully staffed. They provide a high level of service, whatever star level they're at. So it makes the decision process actually a lot easier. Like, we've done the research and the curation for you already.
And some other points to really consider is that when you go to look at properties online, they're in the business of trying to sell their properties. And so they're biased towards pictures that could be 10 years old, showing a property that looks like it's in new renovated condition, when in reality, it's in need of renovations. Whereas our properties, because they're vetted, you can rely and trust the pictures that are being shown. There's also maps when you click on certain properties, so you know and can discern the location. I think one mistake that I've seen travelers make is that they choose a 5-star property, that they look at the rooms and they find it to be appealing, and they don't realize that it's a property that maybe it's geared more towards sophisticated business travelers. So yes, it's a 5-star property, but it's not in an area that really lends itself to being able to visit the local restaurants and the places that would be more appealing to a leisure traveler. Whereas we are looking at properties that are more designed for leisure travelers. So you have a greater understanding when you look at the maps that these are in desirable locations for walking, for tourism, for visiting local markets, and where you're going to feel as though you're experiencing really the city that you intended to visit, versus being more in a business district. And I know a lot of travelers have made that mistake, where they've chosen a hotel to come to find out that it's more in a business district and not so much desirable for leisure travel.
And I know I've made that mistake myself. And there's nothing more disappointing than showing up with your family to this hotel that has phenomenal reviews online, because guess what? The review is done by the person who stayed there, who is not you. And they may have completely different needs and desires and wants from you. And you show up at this hotel that has 5-star reviews, and it's literally like all business people. The kids are not really feeling welcome. There's not a lot of amenities. It's not really designed for families. So I have personally experienced that it's not fun. Thanks, Kathy. This is a really great resource. You're right. And I'm just doing a little bit of a going through this. So I selected North America, US and Canada. I selected the USA, Hawaii, and then we can select a city if we like. For example, Maui or Waikiki, or we can just keep it open. So just to make this simple, let's select Maui. And you can see Maui has hundreds of hotels, but when you click search here on our site, you get 10 hotels that match your search criteria. And again, these are 10 vetted properties that you can, safely stay at, knowing that you're going to have a really great experience. And so what are some of these hotels that come up, and why are they here? Well, we have the Hyatt Regency Maui Resort and Spa in Lahaina. This is a beautiful property right on Kaanapali Beach. It's triple diamond, 4 stars, and it has tons and tons of fantastic activities for families and couples and groups alike. Then we have the Fairmont Kealani, another fantastic property, and the suites are actually really large and spacious. And so if you are traveling with more people, you definitely do get a little bit more space here. And they also have 2- and 3-bedroom villas. So if you're traveling with a group, how fantastic, you can rent a 3-bedroom villa and you can get up to 2,200 square feet of space, not your typical hotel room at all. Then you have your Hana Maui Resort, the Ritz-Carlton, Wailea Beach Villas, the Westin, and Wailea Beach Resort, Grand Wailea, Andaz, and the Montage. So not a million properties, but 10 properties, still quite a few properties to choose from. And let's say we wanted to see, okay, well, I want to stay at the Montage, which is one of my favorite properties. I love it. I click on it. I want to find out more. We have an overview here. It really tells you in detail what this property is like. You can see right here what our exclusive amenities are. If you do decide to book online, you get a breakfast credit for 2 daily, and you get $150 spa credit and a welcome amenity. And again, all of these things add up. We have clients who are going to be staying at the Montage. And, if you're staying for a week, $60 per day of breakfast credit plus $150 spa credit, that adds up. And those value-added amenities are wonderful, especially if you can get that early check-in, late checkout. And if you're really lucky, you get that complimentary upgrade, which can be thousands of dollars of value add. So you can see the accommodations here, what their types of rooms. They have 50 rooms total, residences, garden view, ocean view, premier ocean, 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom. And there's a lot of pictures and floor plans. So you can really understand what the property is offering and what you're really getting. And I love that because it makes your decision making so much easier. And if you want to look at the services that they have, these are all of their services. If you want to look at their dining options, we describe the restaurants that are on site. And then you can look at a map and see exactly where this property is located. So super convenient, really easy. I think you can even do, I'm not sure if it works here, but let's try this little guy. Oh, and wow, now we can literally see exactly what this property looks like.
And what's great is that the formality is the same for each property. So you have that consistency. So when you're searching for a trip to Hawaii versus searching for a trip where you're staying in London and you need a hotel for 2-3 nights, you're going to have that sense of familiarity. There's maps, there's the description of the hotel, you've got the ability to look at the different room categories, restaurants on property, which is always a big deal, especially if you're arriving late, to be able to see what's available on property. And really when to know the best time to secure your hotels directly from our booking engine versus booking with us, we can kind of talk about that, because of course we want you to call us, email us, so that we can really work with you and really help discern the properties. And to the extent that you're planning activities and you need airfare and transportation, it probably makes more sense to cohesively plan a full itinerary. But if you're looking for 2-3 nights, or it's a trip before visiting family, or it's a short layover or a weekend getaway to a place where you already have a lot of familiarity, when you book on our website, you're given these amenities, and we're still there to support you behind the scenes.
So I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough here. I picked some dates. Let's just random August 8th through the 14th for 2 adults. And then let's just see how it works, so you guys can really get to know just how easy it is. And it's also, the thing I like about it is, of course, I buy on Amazon pretty much every day. We have packages arrive from Amazon. We do a lot of online shopping. We're all used to booking airfare online, hotels online. But more and more, you do have to be mindful of the security of providing your personal sensitive information to an online booking engine, or anytime wherever you're providing your credit card information and your personal information. And so our website booking engine is really, really secure. So you're booking with us, with Angie and I, with BTA. If there's any issues, of course, you can reach out to us directly. But when you book on our site, yes, you're supporting our small local business. You're getting great prices, great amenities, and rest assured that your information is as secured as it possibly can be. So here you can see what the rooms are. Nightly rates. We chose a pretty pricey property during a peak season.
Wish list property, right?
Yes. So,
and Janet, you were talking about the fact that when you go online, and there's a lot of advertisements when you search. I've had clients who've told me that they were booking a short weekend getaway, and in hindsight, they wish they had called us, where they thought they were booking directly with the property, but in fact, they were responding to an ad. They also were assuming that the terms were flexible, when in reality, they were booking a non-refundable rate with a property where they thought they were booking directly, but it ended up being an advertisement, and they didn't really know. The representation to them was as if they were booking directly with the hotel, but it was an online booking engine, and there really wasn't any customer service associated with that booking, and it was a non-refundable booking. So it's really important to know that if anything were to go wrong, as well as knowing that you have flexible terms and conditions, booking with your preferred travel partner, Boutique Travel Advisors, we're there to really support your booking as needed.
And oops, I removed it from the stream. I just wanted to show you guys how, if you did want to, it's a pretty, I'm just going to go here real quick. It's a pretty simple process to self-book it. And I just wanted to pull up a different hotel just to kind of walk through it. So let's just say you wanted to look at the Andaz. So you select your Andaz property here. Again, pictures, all of the same things we just talked about, all of the beautiful photos, the accommodations, the rooms and how they're configured, and then pictures of the rooms, so you really get a good sense. So now let's just see if we were going to pick, let's just say October. I kind of want to go to Hawaii for fall break. So let's just pick some random dates in October and see what we can get for 2 guests. Just so you guys can see just how simple it is. Oops. Hang on one second. I'm just going to share this screen. Angie, if you want to share some other updates about just travel trends while I pull up this screen, because I stopped sharing it for a second.
I think Janet did make a good choice in choosing Hawaii. The one thing that we're noticing that's different about Hawaiian trips is that, they're taking longer vacations, looking at condo type configurations where there's amenities on properties and the ability to have a kitchenette. And we're seeing most travelers to Hawaii are choosing to explore one island versus a multitude of islands to avoid having to test between islands. The other trend that we're really seeing in travel is people traveling together. We've been isolated for over a year, so we've had more group bookings this year than ever before. What type of group bookings? We have people celebrating 40th wedding anniversaries. We have people traveling and celebrating birthdays together. We're seeing trends in couples traveling together. We've secured cruises where it's a multitude of couples traveling together. And we see a rise in girls trips and men getting together for golfing excursions. And so it's really that celebration and the ability to really connect with your friends and family who maybe you haven't seen as frequently over the last year.
And I wanted to share my screen, but I'm technically challenged sometimes, so I couldn't figure out how to switch screens, so I apologize. But it's pretty easy. You literally just click on the dates. You'll get a bunch of different options. It'll give you you'll be able to see what the rates are and what rates include amenities, which rates don't include amenities, if there are any, what's refundable, what's non-refundable. Right in red, big bold letters, you'll be able to see that these are non-refundable rates so that you're not surprised if you do choose to get a non-refundable rate. And also you'll get the total. So it's really pretty nice and pretty straightforward and seamless. And we also do have a cruise booking search where we don't recommend you book your cruise online on your own, but if you want to just take a look and take a peek at how to book cruises, you can do that as well. So if you guys have questions, we are here to answer them. Definitely start if you're planning to travel in the next, in 2021, 2022, even, I definitely recommend that you start travel planning soon because we definitely expect that prices are going to start going up. We already see issues with availability. There's a huge pent-up demand for travel. Lots of people are ready to leave their homes and also get out of town, get out of the country. So definitely a lot of pent-up demand for travel. Book early. Cars, for example, are completely sold out for this summer pretty much. If you don't have a car rental and you want to go to Hawaii this summer, it's going to be really difficult for you to get a car rental. So little details like that we're really aware of that you may not even be thinking about. Flights are getting more expensive and selling out as well, especially domestically to popular destinations. So book early, contact us, ask us questions. And if you want to just self-book a little quick getaway on for your hotel, please feel free to use our website and we'll be here behind the scenes to help you.
And know that it's not necessarily a replacement for working directly with Janet and I and our team members. We really just want it to be a resource to you. And if you prefer to book online because it's a quicker process, then go ahead. And if not, you can use it as inspiration. And if you prefer to reach out to us, we can certainly handle that hotel booking for you, as well as any other activities, transfers, and a full itinerary if you wish.
So thank you for joining us and reach out to the BTA team. We have awesome advisors located in different parts of the country that can help you out, meet with you virtually or hopefully soon in person when that becomes safe and healthy again. And we wish you all a great rest of your week. Thank you.
Have a great day.